An older woman who has been a widow for some years hires the services of a handsome man to fulfill her sexual fantasies. The movie begins by showing us an adult woman in the room of a hotel, anxiously waiting for someone. We then see a young man walking through the streets. This man calls himself Leo Grande. After a few minutes, someone knocks on the door of the hotel where the lady is. When she opens the door, she is greeted by Leo. Leo wastes no time and decides to give a kiss on the cheek to the lady, who is called Nancy. As he approaches, he quickly mentions that she smells very good. He also promises that they will have a lot of fun in their activities. Leo recommends that they should have something to drink, so they pour some glasses of champagne, so that Nancy feels more at ease. Leo begins to make her talk by broaching various topics. Nancy mentions that Leo looks much more attractive than in the photos he has on his profile, and she also asks him if he was able to receive payment for his services, to which he responds affirmatively. The conversation continues, and Leo asks Nancy what her fantasy is. She responds that at this moment her fantasy is to engage in sexual activities with him. Nancy feels a little insecure, thinking that Leo doesn't like her, but Leo kisses her to reassure her. Nancy mentions that they should start their activities now, but Leo recommends that they should talk a little more to help her continue relaxing. Nancy mentions that this is the first time she's paid a man for sexual services, and she also mentions that her past sexual experiences with her husband were somewhat disappointing, as he never made her achieve a satisfactory climax. Trying to find out more about Leo, Nancy asks him why he does this for money, to which he responds in a funny way that he needs the money to pay for his university. They then decide to engage in their planned activities. However, Nancy mentions to Leo that if he needs to take a pill for his performance, he can do so, to which Leo responds that he doesn't need any of that. Nancy also asks him how old the oldest person he has been with has been. Leo answers that he has been with an 82-year-old woman. Nancy then goes to the bathroom to change, and when she comes out, she mentions that she doesn't like the smell of chocolate on Leo's breath, so he goes to brush his teeth. When Leo returns, Nancy mentions that she no longer wants to proceed, but Leo convinces her to continue, telling her that he is interested in her. Nancy mentions to Leo that he is a very smart man, as she was a teacher and knows when a boy is intelligent. Nancy also asks him what his mother thinks about what he does, which Leo responds that she doesn't know, as he tells her and his brother that he works in an oil company. Nancy also mentions that she has 2 children, one of whom is a man who is very boring and does not get along with his daughter. Nancy continues talking about her past sexual experiences with her husband, saying that they were very boring, but she always tried to please him. Nancy mentions that she has never engaged in oral sex, either giving or receiving, so Leo asks her if she wants to try it, to which she responds yes. The male then kisses her, and they finally manage to do it. Later, the lady decided to hire the services of Big Leo again, but this time she has a list with some things she wants to do. In a delicious encounter, the lady is much more confident, asking Leo if they can do all the things on the list on this date since he is very expensive and she doesn't have enough money to be able to hire him again quickly. They start doing the things on the list. When she was about to start doing one of the things on the list, she receives a call from her daughter. After a while, the lady returns a little nervous. Upon hearing that her daughter has a problem, Leo decides to start dancing with her so that Nancy feels comfortable again. While they dance, Nancy mentions that she never did new things with her husband, and that is why she feels so bored. They must finish dancing since Nancy's daughter calls again. When she hangs up the call, Nancy mentions that it's time for them to do the delicious thing. But Leo, to make her feel better, decides to give her a massage. Then Nancy, after touching Leo's body, gets a little nervous and a little insecure with her body, but he, so that she feels safer, begins to see each other together at the mirror, saying that beauty is not just having a muscular body. Minutes later, the conversation extends where the lady mentions that she does not want to be a 16-year-old girl again, but if she wants to have the feeling of a 16-year-old woman. Nancy also tells him that she asks Leo if he has ever been arrested for doing what he does, since selling his body in that country is illegal. Leo replies that he doesn't sell his body, he only sells his company and some pleasant conversations. Leo mentions that one of his clients doesn't like to talk. She only likes him making her delicious, another only likes him holding her hand while they watch television, and a girl who can't walk only likes him mentioning words. Leo makes Nancy understand that everyone wants something different. He also mentions that what he likes most is seeing when a person feels pleasure, being able to feel the heat of the moment, saying that for him that is something wonderful. After finishing the talk, they decide to do the delicious thing, managing to do some things on the list. Again, they meet for the 3rd time, where this time they continue doing some things on the list. Then they continue talking where Nancy mentions Leo's real name, mentioning his life, which Leo didn't even like a little, that she has investigated his private life, telling him that she should never have investigated his private life. Nancy mentions that maybe he should tell the truth about what he does to his mother, since he is a very young Leo. He mentions that for his mother, he is dead since his mother does not love him one bit. He also asks Nancy to never contact him again, leaving the hotel room very angry. But after a while, He returns since he has left his cell phone behind. Leo, very angry, starts looking for him all over the room, where Leo vents a little by telling him that his mother abandoned him when he was a boy of only 15 years old. Leo's mother always treated him as if he did not exist, and he even came to think that he was invisible to her. Then Leo says goodbye to Nancy, giving her a kiss on the cheek. Days later, the lady sees Leo again. She mentions that she thought he would never see her again while they are at the restaurant. Nancy mentions that she has never in her life done something funny since she was always a very serious woman, telling Leo that he was the first adventure she had in her life and that for a moment she got carried away with that, and that's why she decided to investigate more about him. Then she apologized to him. Leo says that one day he was having fun naked with his friends all together. At one point, his mother could see all that, and when she saw it, she felt very ashamed, saying that she is no longer his mother and that she will never do it again. Mentioned his name, Leo then decided to travel to another place. He also mentions that a few years ago, he saw his mother again, but when she saw him, she completely ignored him as if he did not exist. Then again, they return to the hotel room where they make the delicious food again. At the end, Nancy mentions to Leo that she's a very satisfied client, saying goodbye to him. At the end of the film, we see Leo walking with a very happy face while Nancy looks in the mirror very happy with the experience she just had. Thanks for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment below and tell me what movie you want me to recap next.